Welcome back to another episode of today's Economic News, where we delve into the intricate and often contentious world of global finance and diplomacy. I'm John, your host, guiding you through the complexities that shape our global landscape. Today, we are honing in on a significant piece of news. The process to select a new Secretary General for the United Nations is underway as António Guterres prepares to step down at the end of his tenure. But this is no mere routine transition. This selection process is rife with geopolitical tensions and economic implications that demand our attention. So why should you, the common taxpayer, feel a twinge of anger amid this bureaucratic shuffle? Because beneath the surface lies a tale of your tax dollars, international machinations, and a global power struggle where you, in some way, are a stakeholder. Before we dive into today's developments, let's take a trip down memory lane. To understand how we arrived at this juncture, the United Nations was established in 1945 post-World War II with a noble aspiration to foster peace, security, and cooperation among nations. Fast forward to the present, and this international body has been a stage for constant power plays, especially between Western countries, spearheaded by the United States, and their formidable counterparts like China and Russia. Each Secretary General has played a pivotal role, often balancing on a tightrope between aligning with Western agendas and adopting a more inclusive stance, encompassing the voices of emerging economies. António Guterres, who has helmed the UN since January 2017, found himself amidst heated geopolitical climates, notably the enduring conflicts in Syria, Ukraine, and the Middle East. His approach, at times, seemed to waver in alignment, sparking critiques of bias, especially related to the Israeli-Palestinian issues. And here we find ourselves today, facing a crossroads that extends beyond mere administration to how global crises will be navigated, if at all, in the coming years. As we look deeper into the selection process, let's bring some hard data into the equation. Guterres' term ends December 31, 2026, but the media circus and political negotiations have already begun. The United States, bankrolling approximately 22% of the UN's regular budget, stands with a vested interest. Imagine for a moment if this scenario played out in your neighborhood. A single entity providing 1/5 of an organization's funding would naturally expect their priorities to resonate within operational decisions. That's significant leverage, yet playing today seems more like a high-stakes chess game. The list of potential successors includes names like Rafael Grossi and Michelle Bachelet, with 6 officially declared candidates, among many others vying for the prestigious role. Each brings a different ideological leaning and political backing, painting a complex picture of alliances and possible vetoes within the UN. Andayevsky, from the Turo Institute on Human Rights and the Holocaust, clearly points out the stakes. As long as the United States continues to make the mistake of being the largest bankroller of the United Nations, it ought to care deeply about who leads the organization. Yet, this leadership race thickens amid Cold War-era tensions. Jonathan Watchell reminds us, since its inception, the United Nations has been a front line of the Cold War, and today, it is increasingly a front line of hostility toward the United States. These points beg the question: at what cost does the U.S. maintain its financial hold? When facing mounting anti-American sentiments within this global institution, do they think we are oblivious to the billions flowing from our pockets? This brings us to the libertarian perspective, a view that resonantly echoes the concerns against bloated, inefficient government spending. Let's face facts. The United States is spending billions subsidizing a body that some argue fosters increasing antagonism against American interests. Is this not a prime example of government incompetence, where our hard-earned dollars are funneled into an institution that seemingly falls short of achieving its lofty mission statements on global peace and democracy? And while inflation continues to gnaw at our wallets, ask yourself if these funds would be better allocated to domestic priorities that directly impact your life? Moreover, as libertarians contend, every move the UN makes toward global governance frameworks treads dangerously close to undermining national sovereignty. It's a slippery slope to the erosion of civil liberties, a world where overarching global policies attempt to derail local democratic processes and infringe upon our personal freedoms. We must question whether this is the future we want to bankroll or a conception we strive to reform. To wrap this up, the race to replace Guterres as Secretary General is more than just selecting a leader. It's about deciding the future path of international diplomacy and reallocating global powers that tangentially affect us all. If you are as tired as I am of funding these global follies only to receive hostility in return, it's time to raise your voice. Hit that subscribe button, stay informed, and let's continue questioning where our money is going and what we receive in return. I'm John, signing off. Stay sharp out there.